it's Lisa, and welcome to a Proverbs Home. I am so glad that you could be here today. Today's video is get to know me a little bit more. Now, there are some of you that have been on here for quite a long time. Some of you are fairly new, and some of you probably just joining today or in this last week. And I want to say hi and welcome to all my new subscribers, and hi and welcome to all of my friends that have been on here for quite a while. Those who are an encouragement and a blessing, thank you to everyone. So I want to start by telling you a little bit about me. For one, I am Puerto Rican descent, born in the United States. I was born back in the 60s. Yeah, I know, way back. Showing my age here. I was born back in the 60s. And my mom was born here too. My grandparents are from Puerto Rico. And when they came here, they opened up restaurants. They opened up restaurants in the Bronx, and they had one in Manhattan. And they did that for many years. And then my grandfather became a pastor. And he was a pastor even when my mom was a little girl. And then I grew up in church my whole life. I am a born-again believer, a Christian. We do have French in our family, and we have Dutch in our family. So we have a mixture of both, or three basically, and I was born in the United States. And I thank God that I was born here. I'm in a country that's given me so many opportunities to advance myself, to go to school, to get an education, get my degree, and do the things that, I feel God has called me to do in my life. Coming from the Bronx, when I was very little, we lived in the South Bronx. I was actually born in a hospital that was taken over by a rival group that went and took over the hospital because actually a mom had died there giving birth to her child or something, where the mom ended up dying. And there happened to be other moms that were dying or babies that were dying. So they took over the hospital and they closed it down, and they ended up actually knocking the hospital down. The state did, and they ended up building a new one, and it ended up being a really good hospital. But when I was born there, I didn't know all that history about the hospital I was born in. That was like right after the year after I was born. It was a shocker, but I thought I'd share a little bit about that. But one thing my mom has always taught me, do what God's given you to do. What God has placed in your hands to do. We can't use our background or where we're from as an excuse to not do what God's called us to do, to not complete God's calling on our life. It doesn't matter where you're from, where your background is from. We all have the same opportunities to do our very best. And I thank God that I was born here, and all the hard work that my grandparents did when they came here from Puerto Rico. They were immigrants, and they worked so hard to do their very best. To see my grandmother achieve and be a very successful entrepreneur, I was very, very proud of my grandmother, and I get a little bit of her tenacity. I get a little bit of that from her and my mom and the women in my family. So, nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible that God gives us to do. Not what we want to do, not our selfish motives that God has not called us to do. But when God gives you a gift, He gives you a talent, use it. And it brings me to this. The other day I shared my first Spanish book that I wrote. It's called Mujer y Hija de Dios. And what that means is woman and daughter of God. For mothers and daughters, or just women, single women, if you want to be an author, you want to be a singer, you want to be a writer. It's one of those encouraging, inspirational books, because I felt, being Latina, I needed to go on ahead and write a book for Latin people, because I haven't done that, and I thought that would be really a great thing to do. So I wanted to share that. But do you believe that someone got offended? First, when I share anything that I do, whether it's a book or something that I've written, my husband and I, we have a publishing company. We do publish for others, and we publish for ourselves. We do sell our books, and that's what we do. But somebody got offended because I shared one of my books, but I am going to share my books on my channel. That I will do. If someone gets offended, there's nothing I can do about that. I can't. I just can't, because then we will never live our own life, right? Same with you. If there's something God's given you to do and you put it to the side because somebody gets offended, you can't do that. You have to do what God has called you to do. Do it with a humble spirit, because you don't want to be boastful and prideful and look at me and look what I did. Because to be honest with you, there is nothing that we can do without God in our lives. Everything the glory, the praise, it goes to him. Totally. Okay? Because you could have something today and whoosh is gone tomorrow. Okay? So when I share with you, I'm not sharing ever to say, oh, look what I did, ladies, or gentlemen, this is what I did. No, it's to share with you and say, hey, this is what I have. Maybe there's somebody that needs to be inspired. Maybe there's somebody you know that needs to reach something that's positive. Maybe you're trying to mend your relationship with your daughter. Maybe you're trying to mend your relationship with your mom. Maybe you're a single lady. You know, if I share children's books, like my older books is so funny because they're older books, you know, but then there's people that like those older books. You know, I'm getting better at my editing. Like my editing, I have a new editing program and different things that I'm doing. And I just finished writing a book called Perry Goes to City Hall. It's a children's book. And it talks about this chipmunk named Perry who's just like really lazy. And it shows where he ends up in life because of his laziness. What does he decide to do? Then it has a glossary inside. It has a devotional section. It has newsletters. And it's something that I make that encourages children. So God is also giving my husband and I the opportunity to publish for other people. That's been a blessing too. So why shouldn't I share it? It's part of who I am. Why does all we got to share, right, is the drama in our lives? And if life ain't full of drama, then no, I don't do that. You know, there's times to share stuff in our lives that may happen to us and to share with our subscribers and our friends. I think that's okay. I love my subscribers because I have a group of women. Now, I have some men on here, but you hardly see the men on these channels. It's sporadically you'll see them. Some channels have more, but on my channel it's kind of sporadic. But however, the women on my channel, I feel like we're just a great encouragement for one another. I say it because I mean it. And I'm going to be showing you one of those subscribers that has been an inspiration to me. I have many of them, but I'm going to share one of my subscribers with you, and her name is Allison Lawrence, and she is from South Africa. My email is proverbswoman312017@gmail.com. If you're interested to email me, you're more than welcome to. Remember that I am a Christian. I'm a farm first and foremost. She's a Jesus follower, a wife, a mom, a homemaker, a facilitator, and a writer. She said, I love writing short and longer stories, journaling and poetry, and regularly post my stories, thoughts, and poems on my main blog. So she has a blog. Her name is Allison Lawrence. I have a variety of self-published books available on Amazon. I live in South Africa. Love and blessings. And she has also a blog where she shares her testimony. It's called The Searching. She contacted me. That was such a blessing. If you are an author and you're on my channel, you like to write, you like to sing, you like to paint, and you want me to share, you have an Etsy store, message me and I will share on here. Okay? If you have another channel, message me and I will share so other people can get to know you. They can go look at your books. It's not all about me. It's about all of you. My subscribers make my channel. Now, there's things I won't tolerate. There's things that I won't do. If somebody asks me to do something and I can't, I'll say I can't. But when I share something, I'm not sharing to say, oh, look at me. Oh, I'm trying to take it. No. If there's someone on here that thinks that I'm not genuine, they don't trust me, this is not the channel. Because I am genuine, straightforward, honest, caring, loving. I sound like a Girl Scout, but that's who I am. Now, am I perfect? No. My video's always going to be perfect? No. Am I going to say everything the way people want me to say? No, because I'm not a puppet. I'm a person. I have friends, I will leave their names out of this, that are content creators. I have seen them through the years, how God has transformed their home and blessed them in an amazing way. And how people have given them such a hard time that it just blows me away. And I've seen them work so hard to get their home to where it's at. And the blessing that that person has been to so many. Why do people do that? Why do people get upset? Because God blesses someone or God uses someone. We should be happy for each other. I'm happy when I have content, when I have subscribers who contact me and friends who say, look, this is what I do. That is a blessing for me. That's the subscribers. And even if you don't write or do anything, maybe you have a nice garden, you have a homestead, there's something you're doing, share with me. I love it. I know I'm getting excited because I had that one person that got offended. Always the person that's going to get offended. But you can't let people stop you because they get offended. The Bible says in the last days, many will be offended. It's called the bait. The Bait. Have you ever heard of that book, The Bait of Satan by John Bevere? It's a great book. My husband actually did the study at our church. And it's a great study. Well, how people grab the bait. They constantly get offended. They get offended at this. They get offended at what you wear, how you wear your hair, how you wear your makeup, if you don't wear makeup, if you look, you know, there's times I get on here, I may not be feeling well. I have no makeup on. I'm just like, whatever. You know? It's real life. I talk about things, I laugh, I have a good time. But one thing I don't do, and I never want you to do this, don't let people back you up in a corner. There are people that love to do that kind of stuff. And I'm not one of those people. You can't back me in a corner. The only one that can back me in a corner and say stop is my Father, God. That's it. That's it. He can tell me, you know, that's not my will for your life. He could talk to my heart. He's my God. He's in charge. But other than that, because one person gets offended, I'm going to just halt everything and say, oh, forget it then. I won't ever share my book. I won't ever share my life. I won't ever share it. No, I just can't do that because then I would be a hypocrite and I would be a coward. And I am not. I am not a coward. And I want to share that with you because when this happened, I'm like, I need to share with others. Don't let people back you in a corner unless God is telling you this is not in His will. I want to encourage all of you to use your talents. Use the talents that God has given you. Be who God has called you to be and use wisdom. Use wisdom. And all you choose to do, we have to use it. We have to use that wisdom because if we don't, it will affect our lives. I'll leave that at that. And just remember, this channel's here because I want to encourage you and because you're an encouragement to me. Because you encourage me, you show me grace and mercy, and I want to show the same to you. And remember, there's other content creators. Like if you go in the comment area of my videos, you'll see other people there that make comments and they share. And they may have a channel and you may really like their channel. Yes, this is my channel. Yes, I do have the final say what goes on my channel. I do. But I also respect others and what others feel. I never come on here to be underhanded. You know, there are people that are kind of sneaky like that. I don't do that. If I feel to share something, I'll share it with you. No one is obligated to buy a book, to do this, to do that, no one. No one is obligated. But I do share and I will, because there might be someone out there that might get inspired. You know, and that's what I want to do. Inspire women. Women inspiring women. You know, the world says women empowering women. I say women inspiring women to be their very best. Que Dios te bendiga. May God bless you all. Before we go, I do have to show you this. This is so cute. I got it at the Amish store. Look at this book. This is the ultimate American Girl sticker book. I know. I got it for me. I did. Look at those cute stickers. I got to show you this. I saw this and I'm like, this is great for my journaling and for my collages. Look at those beautiful stickers. I couldn't believe they had this at the Amish store. I saw it then. I'm like, oh, I got to pick that up. It's really cute. So cute. So yeah, these are really adorable. I really enjoy this. Just had to share that with you. So pretty. Remember, we live in America. We live in a country where we could aspire to do great things. Whatever God's given you, no matter where you're from, no matter whatever country you're from, pray. God's giving you something to do. Say, God, show me how to do this. Show me how to start. And He will show you. Or what I will tell you, don't let anyone back you in a corner. And I don't mean this in a prideful, boastful way that is just doing it because of their own selfish reasons or because of jealousy. God bless you all. I love you all. And thank you all for being an inspiration. Women, inspiring women. Have a great day.